My question to you is, have we ever drawn a map in North Carolina that was requested by the President of the United States?
Senator Heiss, you're recognized for a response.
I have received, I will say this first, I'm not aware of any map which the President has made comments on before. That does not mean I'm aware of all 50 states and how many times the President has historically involved themselves in the drawing of maps. I couldn't comment on that. I will say that I received no direct communication from the President, from the White House staff, or directives to draw a map. This is something I very much support doing individually and improving the direction of this map. What I have seen is there are social media posts and other things out there that are publicly available of the President recalling on all states, Republican-controlled states across the nation, to undo the challenges we've seen from so many other states, California being the most recent, but New York, New Mexico, Connecticut, Massachusetts, who maximize their maps in order to put Democrats into Congress, and it's necessary for the state of North Carolina to respond.
Thank you. So I take that in my opinion, it has not happened in North Carolina. I'm questioning about that a president has never, a seated president has never requested a map to be drawn specifically for them in North Carolina. I would just
Do you have a further question or comment?
Thank you. A further question.
Okay.
How much money has the state of North Carolina spent to, if you know the answer, staff, defend the current congressional map that's in court now? And that's a question coming from the public too. How much money?
Senator Heiss, you.
The specific current congressional map, we've only been on for 2 years. I'm aware of 2 cases that may involve, one was a Senate case, so maybe it's just one case on the congressional map. What our legal fees are to date, I'm sure somebody can get them an answer, but I don't know anybody that keeps that on the cuff.
We can probably get staff to get you an answer on that. I'm not sure how quickly.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I have, Mr. Chair, I have that number right here. I promise I will just
I'll
give you
let you send it out to the members of
Okay.
the committee.
All right, thank
or
you.
you can tell us in debate. How about that? Other questions or comments from members of the committee at this point? Representative Jackson, you're recognized.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My question to Senator Heiss is just a question. You just said that the president wasn't the reason the lines were drawn. What happened in 2024 in the population or in the changes in the community that would prompt us to have the maps changed before the census is, before the next census?
Senator Heiss, you're recognized.
The most recent incident is that California redrew its maps to add 4 Democrats to Congress, and we do not intend to let that go unanswered.
Further questions or comments at this point from members of the committee? Representative Reeves, recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know we've talked about California a lot, but I'm trying to look at what has happened. And the way I'm seeing it is Texas draws their map. Texas nets, it looks like 5 seats. California has drawn a map that's going to the voters, which may or may not pass, which gets 5 seats. Missouri then redrew, at the request of the administration, their maps that netted 1 seat. So right now, if everybody stopped today, then you're at a 1 seat gain as a total. So I don't know if you were or were not aware of that, but since Republicans have already gotten 1 more seat in the House, and you were doing this, I guess, thinking that California had somehow changed the balance, is this something that we can just withdraw until we see some other blue state do it?
Senator Heiss, you're recognized to answer.
Thank you. I think that's a really convenient place to kind of put your line and where you want to draw and not look at the results of what was drawn for the 22 congressional maps, where states like New Mexico, Connecticut, Massachusetts drew their maps to not elect any Republicans within their state and have done so Illinois, only 3 of 17 Republicans in their state, even though Trump carried 43.5% of the vote. New York, which was part of the lawsuits that was there as well, where more than 40% were the vote for Trump. Only 19 out of the 26 congressional seats are held. 19 of the 26 congressional seats are held by Democrats. It is obvious that this began with the 2022 redistricting with the Democrat optimization. When the laws changed and Texas was under new standards for drawing their districts to rebalance this, I felt like that was a movement that came more towards a balance. And then California is the latest to throw their chips in the hat and try to add for Democrats. We can adjust one of those seats by moving in North Carolina.
Further comments or questions from Representative Reeves?
Yes, and I apologize for seeming like I was trying to draw a convenient line, and I may have misunderstood what both folks have said as to why we were doing this. What I heard when you initially talked and when Chair Jones talked was that you were doing this in response to California, not into something that happened in 22. So if I misheard that, I apologize. So if this is a response then to what happened in 2022, why didn't you draw this map in 2024 when you had a chance to draw a map?
Senator Heiss.
As you're aware, in 2022, we did not draw the congressional maps that's coming out. So the results of how the maps would perform, we didn't have 2024 election data either in that process. But it was California adding the 5 congressional seats to the Senate, which made us optimize our maps. We actually did put out a proposal for a 12-2 map in the previous draw of 2024. That's coming out. That was not adopted, but when the environment changes, the opportunity to make changes comes to light.
Further comments or questions from members of the committee at this point? Representative Reeves.
Yes, thank you. So the House drew a congressional map and the Senate drew a congressional map. And if I'm hearing you correctly, what's been adopted is the Senate congressional map. So there were no compromises made for the House map. So for instance, the House didn't have parts in it that you said, hey, I will change my map for, or is this the original Senate map that the House was asked to look at?
Senator Heiss.
I have never seen the map drawn by the House or produced by the House. I don't even know that a full map was produced. I was just informed that the House was willing to accept the map that I produced.
All right, thank you.
Further questions, comments, members of the committee? Representative Carney, you're recognized.
Thank you. I wasn't quite through before, but go ahead. I was okay with that.
Okay.
Excuse me. So, Senator Heiss, and I'm going to read from this, the 10th Amendment simply means that any powers not specifically given to the federal government by the Constitution are automatically reserved to the states or the people. From the question earlier, it appears that that the president, we know, has asked for this request of North Carolina. So can you know, if the following instructions that I read, aren't we violating the 10th Amendment by moving forward as a state on on a federal government, the president's request?
Senator Heiss.
Multiple challenges to that. First of all, the right to draw congressional districts is given to the federal government. If you read the U.S. Constitution, it also authorizes Congress to make changes to the districts as well as the state legislature. This is a decision. There is no requirement or others that the state do it. This is a choice we are making that the president approves in that process, and this is a decision of the state legislature to redraw its districts at this time.
So one follow-up, Mr.
As
Chair.
evidenced by the fact that you're getting ready to vote on this process.
Mr. Chair, a follow-up?
Yes.
Okay. So my question would be, after your statement then, would you have moved forward, or we've been requested to move forward, had this request not come from the president, would we be here today moving forward with this as a General Assembly?
Given the
Advice.
opportunity to move forward and rebalance after California, I would have taken any opportunity available to bring this body here to maximize our congressional representation.
Thank you. I just want to be on the record as saying I disagree that this started in California. It really originated back in Texas.